Hi everyone and welcome to this video. This is the final episode of the scrapwood shed build that I've been doing all summer, and now it's time for a tour around the shed. So I built this shed. It's a 6x4 garden shed which I've built entirely out of scrap materials, stuff that I've found in bins, skips on the side of the road, leftover materials, and it cost practically nothing to make. So in this video I'm going to be showing you around the shed, so let's go inside and take a look. So briefly, just taking a look at the outside then. So the roof here is corrugated bitumen sheets. I found 3 or 4 of these sheets that were already used, and I've repurposed them, turned them into this roof, and I used some breathable membrane which I had left over from my workshop, and the roof is boarded out with OSB board which I also found. And then we've got this recycled feather edge board, which is actually third hand now. My dad found this about 13 years ago and used it to build a shed which has since seen better days. That's been knocked down, and now I've used it again for this shed. This window, the frame is made out of bed slats, pine bed slats, and the glass was from a coffee table that I found. It had a glass top, so it's a really thick, strong glass. Much better than what you'd get in a shed that you buy. The door is made out of a sheet of plywood that I found, and the handle is out of a kitchen, like a kitchen cupboard handle, something like that. And then coming around the side, we've got another window here, old piece of corrugated plastic. I put an air vent in here, and this side is all pallet boards. The back and the other side is also pallet boards, but the main part of the shed is feather edge cladded, which I think looks quite nice. So now let's take a look inside. And I will be adding some guttering at some point. I'm going to continue the guttering from the existing shed over all the way and round the side to a water butt. So my dad wanted a lock fitting on the inside, so this is off an old bathroom door, I think. Just added a little lock there. This handle is like really old, I don't know where that came from. Out of a kitchen, I think. Okay, so here we are inside the garden shed. So now I'm going to do my best to give you a look around. As you can see, there's not much room in here. It is only a small garden shed, but I've tried to maximise the space in here with the storage. So in this corner, what I've done is I had some leftover aluminium bubble wrap from my workshop build, bits and bobs, and I've used it to insulate the inside of the shed. The shed doesn't need insulation, but I had some and I thought it'd look neater that way. Some of it is even old camping mats like these two here. So I've just recycled whatever I could get my hands on. So I've made a few tool hangers. Here's one that is some bed slats, and there's some garden hooks there to hang stuff. Coming down, there's some OSB board with some more hooks on, with some more tools. And then I've made a quick screwdriver rack. I've got a video on how you can make your own screwdriver rack. I'll leave that video in the description if you're interested. And I've also got a video about how you can make these hammer racks as well. So here's the inside of the window. I've used some pallet wood, I think, to clad it there. There's the air vent over there. So at the back here, there's 3 shelves. I have a video about how I made these brackets. I made these all out of pallet wood, and this is 18mm plywood from some old sheets that I found, and I've cut it to size. As you can see, my dad's been putting stuff in here. good for lots of paint. The ceiling height, the highest here is about 2 meters or 6 feet 6 inches, and it comes down to around 6'2". Yeah, around 6'2" here. So there's a couple of shelves, one above the window, one below. This is OSB board. It's got a bit of a buckle in it, so I thought if I put some weight on it, it will flatten out. Hopefully that will flatten in time. And there's another screwdriver rack here, just a piece of pallet wood, drilled some holes in it, and there you go. And then I've used some old coat hooks that I got out of an old abandoned building, and they're coming in handy to hang stuff on. So I've nearly wrapped the whole building in this bubble wrap insulation. There's just this back wall that I haven't done yet. I'm going to get some more, I'll probably do it. But another good thing about this aluminium bubble wrap is it bounces the light around in here, makes it quite bright in the daytime. I've also added a hook here on one of the rafters, so when my dad comes in here at night he can hang a lamp just to illuminate the shed. So here's a close look at the ceiling. I've used 2 centimetre by 3 centimetre dimension framing, which is thin and small, but it is only spanning a short distance, and it matches the studs of the walls, so that the framing of the walls is the same as the roof. And this is 11 or 12 mil OSB board, easily strong enough for a small garden shed. And then on top of that you've got the breathable membrane, which is not necessary, and then you've got the bitumen roofing sheets. Of course you could use some felt. So you might be interested to see the floor. The floor of the shed is pallet boards, and I've recycled the ring nails and driven them into the frame underneath, and that is some old 2x4s I think that I've found on some grass thrown out. So very sturdy, as you can see. There's no wobble or anything in here. It's nice and solid. I think it's much better quality than your average garden shed that you'd buy. For a floor, I might add some vinyl in here to protect the floor at some point, I don't know. And you can see here in between the studs you've got all of the aluminium wrap, not necessary, but I think it looks good and it does bounce the light around quite good. Okay, so here's a quick sweep of the shed. There's a side window here, there's some racks for storage there, there's the air vent. As you come round you've got these big 6 feet long 18 mil thick plywood shelves, and then at the bottom there's a screwdriver rack and some more storage to hang stuff, and then by this front window there's another 2 shelves. So if there are any stages of the build that you're interested in, I've done a series of videos detailing every stage of the build of this shed. So if you'd like to see any of the previous episodes, I'll leave links to all the videos in the description box of this video. Okay, so that is about it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed having a look round my dad's garden shed. So this video series was designed to inspire you if you're looking at making your own garden shed and you've got a really tight budget, or you just want to recycle some materials. It can be done. If you can get your hands on enough scrap material, you can have a pretty decent shed for very little cost if you have the time and just a little bit of skill. You can watch lots of YouTube videos on how to do things. It's quite simple when you get down to it, making a shed. It's not too difficult, so why not try it for yourself? If you like the video, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.